Well, Diddy is just a working class stiff while he's at Fort Dix.
So when you're at a prison and somebody says, you read any good books lately, Diddy is the answer.
He's the guy to go to because we got video of him.
The footage hit the underground channels like a bomb. No warning, no explanation, just a grainy clip bleeding into the digital void. And the moment those first chaotic frames appeared,
At Fort Dix, reporting for work in the library, where he is making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for his fellow inmates.
I'm really fascinated just by the library
But
itself.
you're seeing him here. This is him reporting to work, taking off his jacket, taking off his scarf, and settling in for a day on the job.
It looks like a public school library.
Yeah.
It's
This was the chapel, and this is the media library in the chapel, which is where Diddy's currently working. He's working in a Life Connections program, which is an 18-month program that helps rehab people and get them closer to spirituality, to charity groups, and with that, it will shorten his sentence. But in this media library, he helps inmates with religious material, rent out movies, that kind of stuff. You see him pushing a
really
cart
interesting
with a TV on it.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the laundry room when he first got there.
Yeah,
So this got to be
his first
This got to
assignment.
be a promotion.
Yeah.
It feels like a promotion. It feels like maybe he tried the lunchroom and put in a request for something different.
Yeah, it does
I mean,
believe
he is a
it does
media
sound like
mogul.
he used maybe possibly some connections to get a better job.
So here's my question. I mean, that's the story.
Yeah.
My question is this. So Diddy had a certain persona before he got in all this trouble. And now he looks very different, very much older.
Yes.
When he gets out,
Does he?
Yes.
Does he join the Hair Club for Men?
no, the Just for Men Club.
Just
he
for
still
Men?
has hair.
I don't know what it's called. I mean, you tell me. What? I'm sorry.
I mean,
Just
every
for
other
Men
photo,
Club.
this is the first we've seen him without that hat on, and the first we've seen actual footage of his hair. So I feel like he's not proud of it. He wears that hat a lot. So I
No,
feel
we
like,
saw him
Also, it's
without.
cold.
We saw him without a hat.
We've seen
No,
him without it, but also it was cold with the photos we had before he was out in the yard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Could have been cold, but
So what does he do?
what does he do?
Yeah,
I think he
does
dyes
he or
it.
doesn't he?
I think he
I
does.
mean, that's 2 years, 2.5 years from now.
I know. I'm just asking.
I don't know what the hell he's gonna do.
I mean,
Guess it depends on what
you've
his-
been public relations adjacent, dealing with all
Right.
sorts of people for
It depends
years.
on what he wants to do when he gets out. Is he going to try to get back into show business? Is he going to be actively involved with artists? Then yeah, then he might. Depend.
I was
don't
just,
know.
I don't know. I was just curious about that. So
He's got options.
Eric's right, by the way, when he says that what you get is you're in federal prison, you get 15% off the top for good behavior, and then there are other credits you can get for
your
work
job.
and various other things.
Do you get
so
more-
all of this counts?
Do you get more? Can you take several jobs and get more credit?
I don't know that you can take some. You
Yeah.
work.
Hey,
You
man,
work
how many
20
jobs
hours
you
a
got?
day. I don't. I don't think you can do that.
Sharice from Miami. Diddy looks happy. Why in every clip he's smiling? And you ask what you think he's gonna do when he gets out. He's gonna write a book. He's gonna do a little documentary about his glorious time in the federal penitentiary. He looks like everything.
Well, Diddy is just a working as thief while he is at Fort Dix. When you are at a prison and someone asks, you read a good books lately? Diddy is the answer. Hi is the gue tau, as the pagi shows him at work in the library, making recommendations and handing out different movies and books for fellow inmates. The library itself looks like a public school library. He reports to work, takes off his jacket and scarf and settles in for the day. This is part of the Life Connections program and 18-month program that helps inmates with rehabilitation, spirituality, and charity work. Here, he assists with religious materials.
Leaked videos of Diddy in prison at the Fort Dix that have come out by somebody secretly filming him. Either Diddy has a partnership with TMZ still, which I don't believe really exists anymore after TMZ exposed Diddy for the alcohol saga. But this means that people inside the prison are secretly taking videos of Diddy and then selling it to the press in some kind of way and making money. Because how are these videos of Diddy at the Fort Dix being released? And how do TMZ have the exclusive access? I have so many questions. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Do subscribe. It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do. Head over to my Instagram today. How about that? At Murad_Murali, I've just dropped a new, dump of me in Paris. Definitely go check that out, guys. This video is quite interesting because initially you have Diddy shown, I believe Diddy will look the same when he gets out of prison and he tries to fix himself. You can see that somebody is filming this man secret damage here to the face. Then you can see him walking through the hallway, and it was only a couple of days ago it was reported that there were man orgies going on. When I saw Diddy walking through the hallway, the next video, are we going to get ourselves a Diddy tape? That was the vision in court coming out in some kind of way. I do see from this video that he actually looks at the Fort Dix worse in the bath orgies. It's just the way that he was walking and seen singing to R. Kelly. It just looks kind of scary, like somebody's kind of walking after you. I can fly. He's wearing these grey joggers, walking quite slowly, like some kind of dark figure. Somebody is, coming up behind him, but who is filming him? He's smiling with this man. You can just see him just as you can see. Back and forth, initially, this man either is laughing with him, because now we've seen this man in some kind of way, because Diddy's face immediately drops in some kind of smile, and you can see this man continuously pointing at Diddy. Either they have an issue, a problem. I don't even know what that man's talking about, but it's just very bizarre to me. The person behind continues to walk on, Diddy now, just all coming out. You just see Diddy still talking, so it just could be a normal conversation between two people. I don't think it was anything intense because they walk together. He probably will find out about this. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it was whatever he's meant to speak to, and they're going to be telling filming this. TMZ got videos of you. These officers are filming you. These prisoners are filming you. Like, who do you like? I need to ask you guys. Who do you think filmed Diddy? I have so many questions. Do you think it's filming this video of Diddy? An officer. The Fort Dix is corrupt. How did you even get a telephone or phone in the prison? How did you even access that? Videos, pictures getting leaked as a prisoner, you wouldn't be allowed. As a high security prisoner. If it's not a prisoner doing this, is it an officer? But nothing came out. Is there an officer then filming? So suddenly now TMZ have secretly Diddy, in a chaplain or walking down the hallway talking to prisoners, files and releasing it and everything. Is secretly going up to TMZ and sending this and saying, "Look, I've got this," or that man was telling him off. How much money do I get from this? TMZ sends him a few $1,000. So is this what's going on? Because he's getting older, and these prison videos are going to keep coming out. He's having videos of this man walking down the damn hallway, which means the man opposite Diddy walking right beside him is secretly filming him and selling it to the press. And prison extension, Diddy ain't going to like give it to him. He's going to be fuming. I don't think this is the P Diddy TMZ partnership for them to put out these videos. He thought that Diddy does not want to be seen in this fashion anyways. Judge Jarun said, "Okay, I'm going to give it to you. You want to move to this prison? You can do that." And lo and behold, you're now doing more prison time because you're at this unit that they can actually find an officer. MDC, you would have do this, or maybe the officer would have came out. Your prison time would have been clean. Diddy has people around him. We would have been secretly filming him without his knowledge because you wanted some kind of low security prison, some kind of setup. You got into trouble, and it's going to bother him. In the video, this guy, he just looks very scary to me. And at your expense, I don't know what your trials. Maybe his age, you can just terribly in prison. He seems quite stressed. Everything is great. You could have had that, but he just seems different. And I feel like even if videos of you doing this, it's not even just the hair. Even if he just changed his hair back to black when he comes out of prison, there's something that are going on about him. Like his eyes are more sunken in, his face. If Diddy is colluding with these people, hello, like somebody's gonna film that. Somebody's gonna film Diddy doing all that. TMZ's gonna get it, and it's gonna be a whole tape situation. Like, absolutely, it's gonna be scandalous for something like that. A Diddy sex tape to drop like that, talking about him doing the freak offs, and then you got a tape of you. Whew, I don't know if I might get to that, guys. Maybe I'm just jumping conclusions. I don't know. Perhaps I am, but I just find this whole story to be random because I didn't think that we would be speaking about Diddy walking up and down the hallway and just been seen in different angles in prison. I don't know who had all of this information of him wearing these beanie hats and, picking out stuff. Who's filming him, guys? Because I don't understand. I also feel that the people next to the cameraman are prisoners. So maybe it is another prisoner. I don't know what's going on. TMZ.
Misnomer. The toilet is mostly a hiding place, and God knows it is not really wine, right? And Sean Diddy Combs is not the first prison inmate to get busted with it, allegedly. But Diddy may be the first to have once owned a vodka brand worth upwards of $1 billion. That would be Ciroc, which sold officially earlier this year for a fraction of that price. Ciroc is distilled 5 times from the finest French grapes, or so it claims. Toilet wine, on the other hand, is a fermented combo of Fanta, sugar, and apples. And though there are many variations, they are all alcoholic, which is the point, and all strictly off limits in lockup. But TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been caught with the stuff, this week, in fact. He did have a birthday on Tuesday and was going to be moved to a new unit, apparently, as punishment, but the officials changed their minds, according to the report. But that still leaves the question of Diddy's alleged newfound sobriety, which he made such a big point of emphasizing when he was sentenced, and whether this will have any impact on that sentence. Joining me now with his hard-won expertise on all of this is our friend Gene Borello, a former mob enforcer and ex-federal inmate. Gene, I have been dying to talk to you about this. Every time I hear toilet wine, I keep thinking, do you stir it in the toilet? And if so, how is it clean? And how on earth do you make a duty? But I have come to learn, no. So for our audience, can you explain what it is and how it's made?
Yeah, so it's called hooch. Basically, is different ways to make it. You can make it with orange peels. You can make it with sugar. It is all different ways. But what a lot of people don't know, and why it is serious in prison, it can blow up. So if you don't know what you're doing and you don't let it breathe, as they say, it could actually be like a bomb. So it actually can blow up and everything will spray everywhere. But it can get you drunk, and it could also land you in the hole. So, I mean, I don't know as far as them saying he's going to move him out of the unit. I know it's a very serious ticket. I know he could lose his phone, he could lose commissary, and he could lose visits, and also maybe go to the SHU for up to 30 days or maybe more.
So, I mean, that's all serious stuff. I keep wondering about the sentence. Do you not think it's possible, especially since he campaigned, in his sentencing, that he was getting sober? He'd been working, on a sobriety at the MDC. Now he's at Fort Dix. And if this is true, if the report's true, might they say, well, screw it. You're not getting your 15% off your federal sentence?
Right, so it don't work like that, but every ticket in the feds, if it's a certain degree ticket, you will lose some good time. We call it good time. In New York State and federal prison is two different. You could actually lose your good time in New York State or any state prison and get your good time back. The feds, once you lose it, you can't get it back. So if he does lose 20 days, 40 days for this, he cannot get it back, or whatever they recommend for him to lose, because they will recommend days to be lost on this kind of ticket.
Okay, let's get back to making it. I know you gave me the ingredients.
Right.
I want you to tell me how you put them together and the burping, which is interesting. But before you do that, how is the toilet involved? Because in my mind, whenever I heard toilet wine, I imagine an inmate stirring, the hooch in the toilet bowl, but that's not it.
Right.
So explain what actually happens.
Well, they usually get a big garbage bag, like a big clear bag. I've seen it done in a garbage bag, and they'll put it in the toilet and then let it sit in there. You know what I mean? They won't actually put it in the toilet bowl. You get what I'm saying? With the water. You know what I mean, right? You're not actually stirring it in the toilet bowl.
In the tank, yeah. So it's in a bag and it's hidden in the toilet tank, not in the toilet bowl.
Not in the toilet bowl,
and that's just...
it takes a while to make. It takes a while to make. It's not...
Renting what movies and other library duties, initially he was assigned to the laundry room, but this seems like a promotion. Perhaps he used some connections to get a better position. Diddy had a particular persona before all this trouble, and now he looks very different, much older. When he gets out, what will he do? The footage shows him smiling in Miami, but inside the prison, the environment is harsh. Walls are filthy, legs flicker, and the air feels heavy. The images capture a broken man, no longer the larger than life icon. His hands tremble, his shoulders shaky, and he constantly glances toward the cell door. The image like the videos filmed secretly inside the prison. Questions are raised. Who is filming Diddy? Is it a prisoner, an officer, or someone else? The clip
Institution on November 23rd, the rapper wears a gray pullover and sweatpants as he walks down a corridor. With his graying hair and goatee in full view, Combs appears to smile at a fellow inmate standing off camera. And in a separate video published by TMZ, the footage of which E! News could not independently verify, Combs is seen in the same prison-issued garb, as well as a dark jacket and yellow knitted beanie while working inside the facility. Combs was transferred to Fort Dix from the Metropolitan Detention Center in New York in late October after he was sentenced to 50 months in prison on prostitution-related convictions. During his first week at Fort Dix, his spokesperson denied, quote, false and reckless reports that the 56-year-old drank alcohol created behind bars by inmates. Combs' rep told People magazine in a statement published November 9th, he has not violated any prison rules. His sobriety and self-discipline are priorities, and he is taking them seriously. The spokesperson added, we ask the public and the press to give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy to focus on his personal growth, and the grace to move forward in peace. Combs is slated to be released on June 4th, 2028, according to